Hey, what's good, fam? It's your boy, Tricky Dean. Just want to do a follow-up video, just real quick, and follow up to my initial video that I hope everybody took the time to check out to kind of give you the short and skinny about where we stand with this AMC, where we stand with this AMC stock, and the really the once in a lifetime opportunity that is really before you if you choose to uh, basically get aboard the capsule and take the ride. Now the decision is yours to take. I've already explained where I'm at, but I'm all in. I've basically cast out all my other positions, and I'm on this, and because I have conviction, I've done the deep due diligence. I think I have a pretty good handle on all the pieces on the board and where we stand, and we are just a few moves from checkmate. Believe me, all the heavy lifting has been done. I assure you. I've been in this position running on since the GME squeeze, which was in what January 28th, 26th. Um, that's when I jumped in and really took a keen interest because I was like most of you I was on the sidelines just kind of just not even participating, just watching, sideline watching, so to speak. Monday morning quarterbacking. Let's say that. But at that when that took place, that piqued my interest, and I started to delve. Many times you have to ask the next question that gets you, beyond just the surface. The surface, the superficial, the aesthetics. I say the drapes. You feel me? And actually delve in and see if there's any validity. Is there any concrete? Is there something there that meets the eye that maybe I'm not aware of? And that's what precipitated me to really just to go, put the full court press and go all in and start delving in, getting on these Reddit forums, and spending a great deal of time and basically reading the room and the temperature. Excuse me, reading the temperature in the room, and I quickly found that it was something much bigger than what I even thought. That there was a movement underfoot, so to speak, because as those that were in the know excuse me, were beginning to find out what the hell was really going on here, and and what these hedge funds, these greedy hedge fund fucks have been doing to us, basically bilking the market, bilking in some cases their own fellow hedge fund participants, because that is a very elite club, believe me, because everybody can get up in there. Basically, that is the country club for the one percenters, more or less. And if you're fortunate enough to have a good gainful employment and you got a good retirement, they might they'll take your money. They'll take your money. Um, but for the rest of us 99 percenters, until recently, the stock market was something that yeah, we knew what it was, but as far as stepping up to the trough and putting down a bet, or actually stepping up and taking a position and trying to get some gains, I'd say I dare say most of us probably haven't, and I've been guilty myself, because it's only here in the last, seriously, in the last, probably the last couple 3 years, I really started to, I had positions that I kind of dabbled in, companies I worked for, or whatever, that I put kept a little money in, kept positions, but I was not a player in the market, so to speak. That has since changed. Not to say that I'm a player in the market, but I am following the market, and I've got positions in the market. And let me tell you, what I've uncovered these past 5 months has shaken my faith in the market. Because it just feeds into the adage that the one percenters, the rules don't apply to them. And I firmly believe that these greedy, arrogant fucks, they start to believe that, because based on the evidence, based on the data. Because the question that you always have to ask yourself: what does the data tell us? That's the engineer in me. What does the data tell us? And the data tell us that these greedy motherfuckers have been playing a fixed game, basically a fixed game that they manipulate, engineer outcomes, and if you're not in on it, you just you've been played. So to speak, we've all been played. And that's one of the reasons that really honed in my conviction about what the hell what the hell I was finding out. It was almost like as you have a loose thread on a sweater and you start to pull, and all of a sudden as you start to unravel, you start to see the underbelly, and you start to see, and you realize that things aren't what they seem. They aren't what they seem. And not only that, these motherfuckers are just it's almost like playing, everyone's probably seen 3-Card Molly where the shit is fixed. You're never going to win. You're never going to win. They give you the illusion, the appearance that, you have an opportunity to get your money back. But you're never going to win because it's fixed. And these cats right here, I mean, like I say, they're the 1%ers just feel like they walk a different path. That's all I can conclude, because the shit that's been going on, and like I said, as I alluded to in my past video, the SEC, I can only conclude that two things: either you're blatantly fucking incompetent, which I would hope was not the case, because you're the professional, and I'm basically the newbie, so to speak. And if I can see it from my vantage point here, fucking sitting here in my office in Sacramento, and y'all motherfuckers living, you basically across the street from Wall Street, and you were tasked to oversee and regulate, and like I said, it's old hat, it's like routine, and y'all giving out, $10,000 and $20,000 fines for ticky tack, patching nuts on the ass, and y'all letting these motherfuckers build billions. I mean, shit. Think about this. I am I have actually cut alcohol. I'm not cut it completely out, but I've cut it back significantly in my diet. But let's say I'm a drunk driver, and I go out and I get caught and driving. That's a serious offense. That's a serious offense. And those that do it, they got something for that. You get help for that. So cut that shit out. Let's say I'm a drunk driver and I'm out here and I go out here and I go out there, I get caught, and they say, that's not good. You can hurt yourself, you can hurt other people. We'll give you a $10 fine, we'll give you a license, and don't do it again. And I said, all right, I appreciate that. Thanks for the warning. I'll correct that behavior. I go out, boom, I get another one. But this time I hit somebody. They don't die, but I hit somebody. Laid up, and they come back like, Mr. Whitney, do it again. We're gonna double that up. We're gonna $25 now. $25, and you're on a restricted license, but you can still keep your license. Third time, I do it again. This time I hurt myself and kill somebody else. They give me $100 fine, and they're gonna take they're gonna restrict my license. Not gonna take it restricted. That is an analogy of what basically what the SEC was doing. They were witnessing, seeing, hey, you guys are doing some shady shit over here, manipulating stock. In some cases, in the market maker, because like I say, they've got multi companies across Kenneth C. Griffin's cabinet there. The market maker sometimes directing the orders that they get in ways that benefit them. And tell me, is that not a conflict of interest? Kenneth Griffin, who owns Citadel, also is a market maker. Now, if you're not familiar with what a market maker does, a market maker is basically when you go to one of these apps or go to a broker and you go in and you say you want to buy some stock, and they shoot they shoot that order out. They send it to a market maker, who goes and their responsibility for issuing shares and make sure everything and Citadel is a market maker. And yet at the same time, they can take short positions against orders that are coming in from retail that are in long positions. Those are juxtaposed to one another. You take it long and short, because understand one thing: the stock market is a zero-sum game. Where there are winners, somebody's losing. Okay, somebody's losing, and that's what even makes what they've been doing even fucking worse, because they were building. They're playing a rigged game, and they're taking basically our money. Those companies that they short into receivership, they're basically taking all that money. And then the way these motherfuckers in Capitol Hill write the laws, and the lobbyists, because that's another major problem with our system, and that's what needs to be checked. Lobbyists. Okay, we take all this finance and shit out of the equation. We start to level the peaks and valleys, and start some of those little closed door meetings and shit like that will be alleviated. And the more people get on board with that shit, the more we can start to implement change. But I digress. Back to the back to our regular schedule. The way these laws are written, I dare say they probably paid no taxes on all those fucking criminal gains that they got from playing a rigged game. You know, because they're able to manipulate the stock. Because now, as a market maker, you can issue fraudulent shares too. They call it synthetic shares, and it is just a how you get synthetic shares. They're in the mechanism of the derivatives market. When you are able to go short or long on a particular stock, when you take the short, you have to you borrow the stock. You know, you borrow the stock, but with the intent to give it back. Okay, and that's what shorting is. I go to a broker. I borrow the stock. I have to return the stock because I only borrowed it. And like capital system, I borrow it. I got to pay interest. I got to pay interest on those. As long as I keep the shares, I'm paying interest. I'm borrowing the stock because I'm going to immediately sell them. I'm selling today because they're selling at 10, and I'm betting that next Thursday they'll go down to 5. So come next Thursday, I go back to the market. I buy them for 5. I keep my 5. I get the shares back. That's how shorting works. Okay. Just 1 second. I'm sorry about that. I had to wet my whistle a little bit because I'm getting a little dry. Throat was getting a little dry. Back to I think I was left off at shorting. Now when you play options are calls and puts. When you and basically it's the same principle. You can take a long position, which is you're betting the stock goes up. You take a short position, it goes down. When you trade options, what they do is you're getting an option. Basically, it's an option to a call is an option to be able to buy a certain amount of, which is typically 100 shares for a given price at a later date. That's all that is. You're basically playing a futures, and you're hoping the stock goes up. And a put would be the opposite. You're basically playing a future that it will go down. Now, when they do this, they bundle 100. Basically, they bundle 100 shares of that. In many cases, when you go to the broker, in many cases they have to go out and get. They can go to the market and get the shares. Now, in the purpose of keeping the market liquid and everything flowing, a lot of times they go and the shares aren't immediately available. So they don't have those 100 shares, but they will still do the transaction. They will still let the transaction go through to keep everything fluid and dynamic motion, so the market doesn't clog or stop up. And those are called synthetic shares. They issue some synthetic shares that they know they will have to go out to the market and basically backfill. They're going to backfill that order. Well, what these greedy fucks have been doing at his market maker, amongst other places, they have been generating synthetic shares and just letting them out to the market, feeling nothing. Just basically just generating shares out of thin fucking air, out of their fucking ass, basically, and then put them out in the market. And when you put them out in the market, they become, just like, I have no doubt, I probably own some synthetic shares because I've continued to buy, and right now I'm willing to say they're based on what the float. And the float is probably 490 million shares. That's how many shares AMC themselves have issued. That's how much total shares should be in the market. Well, due to this synthetic mechanism that they are exploiting, okay, because if they were doing it right, if the market was doing it right, he's backfilling those shares and making sure he's located and accounted for that. Because those shares, when you borrow them, ideally when you borrow them, they have to be returned. So you got to keep track of all that. But when you create synthetic shares, you haven't tied them back to nobody. You just put them out in the market. So I dare say, with the float being let's say 490, let's just say 500 million, we're gonna find out in short order here that there might be a billion, 1.2, if it's as fucked up as I think it is, 2 billion. All those synthetic shares hit out in the market. Mm-hmm. And when you do that, the price of the stock goes down because you've created more shares than you got more shares out there than should be, and that inherently devalues. Just like when a company issues more stock, that you're devaluing the stocks that are on the market, and they do that to the point where the company goes bankrupt. That's what they, so they've been pulling the fast one. That's what I say. A forensic analysis needs to be conducted to find out how many motherfuckers they put out of business. Okay, because this could be, this could just what we know could just be the tip of the iceberg. Because I just in my own research, my own due diligence, I've come across letters that are written by CEOs, people at particular companies that were saying something's funny on the market, something's going wrong in the market. Somehow there are more shares out in the market than we have issued, and we believe some naked shorting is taking place of our stock, and we're being exploited. These were regular people sent to senators, sent to folks in the SEC, circa like 2003. I've seen a letter from 2005. I've seen a letter in 2008 that alluded to he was writing his senator, and he was saying, look, I'm sending this to you because the media is talking about the mortgage, basically the mortgage-backed securities were the cause of the 08 basically recession and the housing market bubble being popped. Well, yeah, that had something to do with it, but his contention was it was really these motherfuckers that were naked shorting his company amongst other companies. Naked shorting. So I mean, there's evidence, there's proof. They've been doing this. Now to show you where we're at now, Adam Aron, the CEO of AMC, pulled just a, I'm gonna call it just a straight gangster move on this motherfucker. Gangster. And he's one of the apes. He's one of us. He's let us know that. He came out with the announcement that they were going to issue another 500,000 shares. That's what he put out in the street. It's going to be a vote. It's going to be a vote because we as the stockholders we have to approve that. We're going to approve this, and we get to decide if we want to do that. Initially, we were like, well, we don't want that. No, we don't want that. That's the worst thing. Why would you do that? And we're trying to figure out, because it's been a battle. It's been a battle, retail against these scheming, gaming, lying, greedy motherfuckers, hedge funds that are shorting. And it's not just AMC. It's GameStop too, and Nokia. And there's a assortment of companies that are going to squeeze and show some real gain, show some tremendous gains here. Just FYI, tremendous gains here in a short order here in the next 90, 120 days here. I'm imagining, but. So we're going back and forth. And we keep Adam. He's putting these shares in the market, and what the hedge funds do, they were like, oh shit, that bodes well for us. That's more shares. They start creating and doubling down. Okay, doubling down. Okay, they found themselves in a bad way in January. Now, if they were smart, they should have just took their losses then. Took their losses, closed shit. I'm like, you know what, we lost that one. Maybe it'd quieted down and we wouldn't have found out as much. But they didn't want to do that. They doubled down. And then they tripled down. Okay, because it was like they were anticipating those shares. Those shares going to hit the market. Well, what does Aaron do? 2 days leading up to the shareholders meeting just last month, he takes it off the table. He says, you know what? I've listened to my owners who are the shareholders. I listened to my shareholders, and we've decided, not only are we going to take it off the table for right now, that we're going to be solving, we got enough cash flow and we're going to be solving to the end of 22. So we don't need that money right now. It's something we can keep in our war chest for another time. So that basically, that all the squeeze is you're putting those short positions in a place where they have nowhere to go but back to the market and buy those shares back. Because remember, it all initiates with a borrow. They borrow them. Anything borrowed got to be returned. So now they've got all these short positions that are shorted, that at some point they have to go back to the market and purchase. And all the while, myself and my other apes, shout out to my apes, hey, diamond, you hear the term diamond hands. We ain't selling, baby. We ain't selling. Not only that, we probably own 80, I dare say maybe close to, probably 90%. I dare say probably 90% of the flow is with us. And we know that. So what does that mean? That means eventually they have to come back to us. Because now, mind you, there's a whole lot of synthetic shares that are out there. They got to buy all those up too. And again, depending on how bad it is, it's fucked up, I believe. I think it's fun. I explained to you previously why I thought it was fucked up. But I think it's bad. I think it's real bad. But we're gonna know here real soon. We're gonna find, because there's gonna be there's a proxy on June 2nd. They're gonna count all the. We're gonna go verify all the fucking all the shares and shareholders, and we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out how many shares are out in the market. Okay, that's when basically that's when the veil comes up, and we will know exactly where we at. And if it's as bad as I think it is, and I think it's bad, we are in store for again. They've got to buy all those back, and then all the ones, all the real ones that are out there too, that they are in possession of. Okay, all right. If we're not selling, if you got to come to me, you got to come to me. I have what you need. You got to supply and demand. Just simple supply and demand. I have what you need. And not only that, there's a multitude of people that these people short. Imagine they're in the room. Everybody's in the room. We call it the short room. We call it the short room for them short tiny motherfuckers that's greedy as hell. Think they walk a different path. As they have to, each one have to, basically have got a bet. They got a short position bet. And as the price continues to escalate, and it has now. If you notice here, in the last, we're on a 7-day run. Today will be number 7. Green. Hopefully, this will be number 7 green day. I mean, green is good. Green is green. Okay, green is on our 7th consecutive day. So it's already happening. It's starting. As the price goes up, that is detrimental to their position, their bet, because they bet it short. And I have no doubt they have some shorts that are probably in the $3, $4, $5, $6, $7 range, all the way up. But a lot of positions that have them out of position. Okay, so as folks start to cover, come back to cover, people are not selling, the price inherently goes up. The bid ask offer. The price continues to go up. Like I said, 100K. I have the fortitude. I have the conviction because I know I'm right, and I've seen the evidence. Okay, I've seen the numbers. Okay. You can tell a whole lot of stories. You can tell a whole lot of motherfucking stories. But 2 and 2 is always going to be 4. Always going to be 4. And you come with the juggler, the motherfucking trapeze, the whole circus, and try to tell me, 2 and 2 is 8. And basically that's what all this FUD is. That's what all this FUD is. Fear, uncertainty, doubt. That's all I want to put out there. Fear, uncertainty, doubt, that makes people inherently, psychologically, that makes people want to sell. Now understand this squeeze when it takes off. It's gonna be a psychological battle all the way up. Okay? Because on one side you've got fear, one side you got greed. Those are the two emotions that you're dealing with when you're in the market. Fear of missing out or losing out, or fear of losing your money. Greed of Now this thing starts to come up. The greed and the psychological battle that's within every individual stockholder is as that stock goes up and it goes 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,000, 2,000, 10,000, and you start to see those zeros in your account. Can you fight the urge to sell? Can you? Do you really have the fortitude? Do you really have the conviction? Where the rubber meets the road. Because that's the real test. Because trust me, the tough part to get us here, that's already been done. Okay, we're at the end of the beginning. We're at the end of the beginning, and some real shit is about to take place here shortly, in short order. Believe me. If you choose to get on this capsule and have the fortitude and have the conviction. Now, a lot of you that just are jumping in now, you don't know the backstory, you don't know, and then you're listening to all this FUD. Because understand this part. These motherfuckers own the media. They own a lot of these. They pay a lot of these. They pay a lot of these folks that write the articles. Think of these writers. I mean, they're more or less free agents. They're free agents. They're trying to feed their family too. They're trying to earn a check. And if somebody comes to you like, hey, I'll give you $5,000. You write this article. You write an article that has a particular slant on it. Remember, it's just one's perspective. It's how you see the market. Some people see it this way. Some people see it that way. There are winners and there are losers. But I've delved all the way. I've delved, and believe me, there's so much down that fucking hole that it is shaking my faith in the market. It has, because I realize that these motherfuckers they will go to any extent because they think they walk a different path. They think they walk a different fucking path. Like money, like really money, like really money makes you think you walk on air or some shit. Yeah. You know, we all come in this world born to die. You know, well, ain't nobody, flying and walking on the air. You know, we're all human beings, and people. I put my pants on the same way Kenneth C. Griffin does, same way. You know, I'm just a child of God. I walk with faith, and I would never, my faith would not allow me to work a fixed game. I'm fucking off my blessings. I'm fucking off my blessings doing stupid shit like that. Because that's how you fuck your blessings off. You over here on fuck off avenue doing some fuck off shit, trying to fix the game, and your blessings over here. Over here on the corner, where preparation meets opportunity. That's where your blessing over, and you over here doing stupid shit. And that's why I say inherently the universe in its dynamic order will correct itself, and through God's will, baby, we like I say, we're in the catbird seat. So I just want to take a minute out to and really this is really for my peeps. For my peeps that are still, that are might have questions, might be wondering, what's the deal. You've heard me and seen my post about that. I'm just giving you a little background. I'm giving you the short and skinny. Giving you the 411. Like I said, I'm all in, baby. I'm trying to walk away. I'm trying to walk away from this motherfucker with duffel bags, okay, duffel bags, and I have no doubt I will. We've done the work. We've done the work. All you have to do is buy and hold. Don't if you don't have the emotional fortitude, don't even watch don't watch the up and downs, because if you ain't got it, it's a lot. It's a lot. Believe me. If you don't have the mental strength, you're better off just not looking. Better off not looking. Better off not reading the articles, because trust me, this shit is about to get crazy. Trust me. Get your popcorn ready, because it's about to get crazy. Okay. And trust me, I'm here in my office right here, doing my thing. It's Tuesday, day after tax day. I was up last night because I had a few, like I might have mentioned, I had a few tax issues. I'm still resolving this shit. I'm trying to get that shit resolved before these motherfucking rocket take off. So. But that's another story for another day. But yeah, it's a beautiful day. It's a blessed day. And that's how I see the world every day. It's another opportunity. The good Lord, thank you, Jesus, has given me another opportunity to get it right. To get it right. And if yesterday was fucked up, today's a brand new day. Try something different. Do it different. But jump on one of these capsules, because it will give you financial freedom. And if we take the lead from these hedgy fucks, financial freedom makes you think you can walk on water and do anything whatever the fuck you want to do. You set your own rules. But that's not the truth. Okay? The rules are meant for everybody. Okay, and when they do shit like that, they're fucking with the stability and the integrity of the top trade market in the world, Wall Street. And if we should ever fuck that off, you don't come back from that, baby boy. You don't come back from that. Okay, you don't come back from that. Like I say, Rome fell too. Okay. And there are certain cornerstone things that transpire that facilitate things like that, and something like that. These motherfuckers doing shit like that for their own greater good, and then flaunting it. You hear he bought the richest penthouse in fucking New York. He's got the most elusive, rare paint collection or portrait collection, and he's got all that money off motherfuckers he stole from, swindled off motherfuckers. No, I don't like that. I don't do none of that shit, and I ain't down with none of that shit. So my conviction is, okay. I have enough shares that I'm there to the end. I'm there. I'm in it to win it, and I'm there to the end. Okay, because our time is now, baby. Our time is now. And we living in it, and we're living through it. And like I told you, we on the right side of history before it happens, baby. Believe that. Trust your boy. If you have doubt, trust your boy. Okay, trust your boy. Because if you do, baby, it's gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be beautiful. That's all I can tell you. It's gonna be beautiful. So I got to get back to my day. I just wanted, again, this is, I really just meant this again. I'm doing this for my peeps, because I want everybody to eat. I want everybody to eat. And if you have any doubts, because like I said, I went to the video because as I was telling people about this, it was like every 10 people I was telling, I felt like maybe one, maybe two were probably actually hearing me and actually following up and buying some of this stuff. And the more people we can get on board here, the better it is for everybody. This is our turn to take back what's been taken from us. This is about to be the greatest transfer of wealth the world has ever seen. When it's all said and done, because once that first domino falls, that first domino is going to release. It's going to have ramifications and collateral, and even collateral movement that's going to knock over several different other dominoes. Knock over several different other dominoes. And this whole house of fucking cards that they have been standing on and flaunting their gains and all their billions on, is coming down. And where there are winners and losers in this market, where they lose, we win. I trust me. I'm gonna feel great. I'm gonna feel great about everything that comes my way. Okay, because I know what I know what they've been up to. I know what's been taking place. And again, it's shaking my faith in the market. So when I get these binges, these snaps, I'm not sure. I haven't come to a conclusion yet how much, if any, I want to even put back in the market. That's how shaking out. What I found out these last 5 months about, and this is just one. Who knows what other shit's going on. And then you see how the SEC, how shit, how the overseers are kind of like, it's like, if I can see that, I mean, the trained professionals should be like on top of that shit. You would think, but maybe that's why some of the former directors of the SEC were getting 6-figure speaking engagement salaries or compensation to come speak at luncheons for these hedge funds. Now, I'm no lawyer, but I have stayed in a few Holiday Inn Expresses. But that would seem like a clear conflict of interest to me. I'm tasked to oversee you, but yet you're paying me high 6-figure compensation to come speak at a luncheon, and we do it periodically and shit like that. And no one in the room says anything. There's a lot of shady shit in this world. A lot of shady shit going on. This is our opportunity to take some shit back, and then from there, we go on to the next thing, because there's a lot of shit fucked up in this world that and unless you get vested, and unless you take a hold of the baton and say, you know what, I'm gonna be part of this movement, make some change, and I'm gonna make this world a better place than I found it. It ain't gonna change. And I'm speaking specifically about my country, United States. We got some issues here that need to be discussed. We need to have that conversation at some point. And that's where it starts. You gotta have the conversation. You gotta sit down. You gotta have the conversation, and you gotta be real with it. But you also gotta be open. You gotta keep your ears open and try to have empathy and understanding. I mean, that's the one thing I'm just so perplexed about, is no one gives anyone the common courtesy no more. What happens to that common courtesy? Everything is me. I mean, and absolutely no empathy for the next man's plight. I'm like, God damn, what the fuck? What has happened to this country? I know I get along with it, because I will talk I will talk you into a windstorm. But blessed day, fam. I hope everything's well in your world. If it's not, put it at the altar of God. He will. He's the one who gives me faith and allows me to ascend to the heights that I do. It's a blessed day. Take heed to what you will. Take heed to what you will. This journey is about choices. We all choose each and every day. I've made mine. Jump on board, baby. Jump on board. Blessed day, folks. Your boy. Deuces. I holla. Peace.